Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS Inform. Today we're going to talk about energy assistance. And joining us in the studio is Neal Elkins. He's the Director of Housing Services at TRICAP. Neal, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bill.
Well, you know, TRICAP does a lot of different things. And just one of those segments is housing services.
Correct.
What is housing services?
Anything to do with housing, affordable housing. We have rental properties. We do energy assistance, weatherization. Last month we were here talking about the individual development accounts, which was a savings and financial development account. We also do foreclosure intervention, and we do process USDA loans for home loans.
And that's just part of one of the things that TRICAP does.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about energy assistance.
Okay.
First of all, what is energy assistance?
Energy assistance is available to low-income families that are below 150% of the federal poverty level, which we're about the only people that know what that number is. But it's that has a utility bill. They could be a renter, they could own their own home, they could live in an apartment. Even if the utility bill isn't in their name, as long as they're responsible for those costs, they can apply for assistance towards that bill.
Okay, let's go back to that poverty level thing, because you mentioned, you know, you're the only people that know. That really has always kind of confused me. You know, is there a level that's set and then you have to be at 150%? How does that?
Yeah, the level is set every March. However, with this program, they adopted on October 1st through May 18th of each year. And that's considered the winter heating season. Kind of give you an example, an individual that's living alone that has a bill means they can't make more than $18,090 on an annual basis.
Gross or net?
That's gross.
Okay. Can that be Social Security?
Most of our clients are on Social Security or some type of disability. That's probably 60 to 65% of our clients on an annual basis. Okay. For family four, it's like $36,900.
Okay, and there's charts that kind of show that, so you don't really have to think too much.
Right, and we have those available too, and they're also available online at the ihcda.gov site. You can pull that out for the energy assistance, or you can just Google energy assistance.
It'll come up right there. Okay,
and it'll come up.
How does somebody determine their income? Is it off your tax return, or what do you do to come up with that?
We have four ways. We prefer W-2s or tax returns. However, you know, most of the people that are applying October, November, December, those months don't have tax returns yet. So we look at recent paychecks. We have to have at least 3 months worth of income that we verify. It can be verified through paychecks, through W-2 forms. It can be verified through bank statements. Like if they have their check going into their banking account, they can bring that in. We can also go through the Department of Workforce Development and pull their income, you know, for the past year, but we just really look at the previous 3 months.
And this is energy assistance, so you're going to help pay that utility bill.
Correct.
Do you write the check to the utility company,
No.
or is it? How does that work?
What we do is we have a system where we input their information. It calculates. The system then will calculate the benefit. Okay. We send that as that benefit amount as a promise to pay, so to speak, to their respective utility companies. Some cases they may have two utilities. They may have a gas bill and an electric bill, or they may have propane or something like that. Once the utility verifies that it is an active account, we send it to the state. The state then pays those utilities directly, except for in the case where a renter may have it included in their bill. Their utility bill may be included in their rent. In that case, the check goes directly to the client, and then they pay their rent with it.
And so you have to be at a certain level in the poverty level to get that. What if is there varying degrees of at what level you are as to what assistance you get?
Yeah,
or is it all assistance the same?
The lower the income, the higher your benefit, but it also is kind of predicated upon the type of structure you're in. For instance, an apartment is a lot cheaper to heat than a single-family home. So single-family homes, they get a little bit bigger benefit. They also get an extra $75 if they're disabled, over the age of 62, or have children under the age of 6.
Now, my perception is probably wrong, but is This sounds to me like this is, or what I've always thought of is mostly for seniors, folks who are on Social Security, because we often know that that's not quite enough to cover all your bills.
Yeah, they're probably the ones most motivated to, because of the fixed income, to apply for it. Although it isn't age restrictive, other than the fact you have to be age of 18 because you can't have a contract or a utility bill if you're under the age of 18.
So really anybody is eligible if they meet those poverty guidelines.
Correct.
Okay. Does pride get in the way?
It does. We have to encourage people, and I know I've had relatives that were seniors. I had to encourage them to apply. They're thinking they're taking money away from somebody else. But I've been doing the program for 7 years. This is actually our 8th season. We've never run out of money. So, you know, we want everybody to apply that's eligible, because the money is there, it's available. It's not like there's a shortage of it right now.
I think sometimes we are afraid to apply because isn't this going to become public? Will people know that I'm on energy assistance?
Nobody knows it. In fact, we don't even share that information inside the agency. Only the person processing the application or myself would have that information. The person at the office next to me has no idea who's on energy assistance.
Because there might be different things that hold people back from that.
Yeah.
But you know, if it's there and you need it, use it.
And this applies to all of our programs at TRICAP, but when we have a client that is eligible for a benefit, their confidentiality is guarded very strongly, you know, and taken very seriously within the organization. You know, I see these clients out when I'm out shopping in local businesses, and I'm not going to say hi, you know, you're one of our clients.
Right.
If they say hello, I'll respond back to them, but we don't even make that known to anybody, really.
And the process is pretty easy to apply?
Yes.
What should they do? I guess, how does that first contact be made?
We have applications available on at TRICAP, TRI-CAP.net. On our webpage, but we also have those available in all of our offices. If you can't make it into the office, you can call the 812-482-2233 number and ask to have an application mailed to you, and you can mail those back with the proper documentation, which usually includes, if you're a renter, it'll be your lease, it'll be a Social Security card, your utility bill, and your income verification. That's about it.
Do you get many people who will call and say, hey, I just want to know if I qualify? Because
Yes.
I would imagine a lot of people don't really know that they qualify, or may be afraid that they'll go through all this process and they don't qualify.
Yeah, usually we have about 3 or 4 questions we ask, and that we can determine within a couple of minutes whether they're probably going to qualify, as long as the information they give us regarding their income is accurate.
Can they call you anonymously?
Yes.
And say, okay, I live in a house, I've got 3 kids and I make this much money. Can you tell me if I can?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Without even talking to you and tell you? Okay.
Yeah, they don't have, I don't even ask names unless they offer it.
Okay.
So,
is there that much of it in Du Bois County and surrounding counties?
we process the program in Du Bois, Pike, and Ward counties. Last couple of years, it's been around 1,300 participants in the program. Du Bois County's roughly 35 or 40% of that, so 400 to 500. This year we expect over 1,600. In fact, the program runs until May 18th, and we're already well over 1,200 applicants right now with 3 months to go. So,
when they're applying for energy assistance, is it for all year round, or is it just for the winter months?
it is for the winter months. It's a one-time benefit, so they get that one time to their bill. That benefit goes to their utility bill. In some cases, it covers that month. Some cases, especially if they're in an apartment or they have propane usage, it'll fill up their tank and it'll use it. Propane customers get an extra $400 over their regular benefits, so their benefit on average is about $750 to $800 range. That's enough to fill up their tank and have a little money left over to go towards the electric bill. In some cases, they may carry a balance even into the next year if they don't use the full tank of propane, but that's okay. They can apply again and get the same benefit the following year.
When we're talking about utilities, we're talking about heating utilities. We're not talking about water. We're not talking about phone.
Yeah, it's primarily a heating program. However, the state does give an extra $75 towards electric, because if they heat, they have to run a fan. That's basically to run the fan on the heating source.
And for people who are applying, is any of it retroactive? If I apply today, can I get help from what I paid in November, December, or is it from this day forward?
We can pay on past due bills, so that there are somebody that's in a disconnect status. There's extra funds available where we can help them. If they're a homeowner, the state has a homeowner program. We really have about 4 or 5 different funding sources that we can draw from for this program. Homeowners can get an additional $60 automatically if they're in a crisis situation. A crisis is defined as in a disconnect or threat of disconnect because of snow bills. They can get an additional $150 towards their bill for that. And then there's a federal disconnect program if they're under, where they can get up to $200. So, you know, if somebody has a $700 or $800 bill and the benefit's only $350, we look at those other sources to try to get them close to it. In some cases, we just have to ask the client to make up a portion of that before we give them the benefit.
And they don't know about these benefits unless they contact you. You know, because you may say, well, you really qualify for this, this, and this. We can help you out with that. And if they don't call you,
they don't. Yeah, and we have a lot of people that say they put it off. You know, 2 months behind on the bill. I'm getting ready to get disconnected. My question is, why did you wait? And a lot of times it's people wanting to make it on their own, or it's a pride thing. And I think once they get the benefit and they see how easy it is and how well we treat them, and they're more encouraged to come back the next year to apply for it on time.
Do many people contact you individually on their own, or do you get do churches maybe send you some folks?
We get a lot of people from the churches, the utility companies themselves in this area, the Huntingburg Municipal, Jasper Municipal, as well as Vectren and Du Bois REC, have us as a contact, and they send people to us that have some heating issues. They also kind of send out information regarding our program. We have a little one-page flyer that tells how they can contact us and be in the program. Once they contact us, we can get them an application. Now, the application is pretty easy to fill out. However, if someone is having an issue, we do take appointments, do face-to-face, and fill the application out with the client. We try to do what we can to make it easy. One of the big changes in the program this year is all the documentation, such as Social Security cards and picture IDs and all the things we asked for. Those are now good for 3 years. So after this year, people coming back in to apply, all they're going to be doing is giving us a lease and a proof of income and their utility bill. That's it. You know, so the state has listened to us that are out there that are face-to-face with the clients, and they're doing things on an annual basis to improve the program to make it easier for people to apply.
Well, it sounds like a great program. It sounds like you make it easy for folks.
Yes, and hopefully next year, or maybe even within the next couple of months, the state should have an online portal where people can scan those documents in online and actually apply through an online service through the state of Indiana, and then the application comes to us.
But right now, if somebody's got questions, they can give you a call.
Correct.
Right. Anything else that you'd like to add?
No.
Just take advantage of the program.
Right.
Energy assistance is here.
We have a lot of money, and we're able to help a lot of people, but they need to apply.
Neal, thank you very much for coming in. Our guest has been Neal Elkins. Neal is the Director for the Housing Services at TriCap.
Correct.
And just go to the website to get more information, tri-cap.net, or give Neal a call. Thanks for being in. Thank you for watching WJTS. We're local people watching local people.